Hello, I'm North Carolina author Sheri Haymore, and I'm here to talk to you today about what my pup Cercie has taught me about finding your place. Cercie was a stray, and besides being filthy and matted and flea-bitten and having worms, also the little pads of her feet were so rough where she'd been running for so long and fighting the coyotes. So if you feel like you've been running too long and maybe fighting too many coyotes, stick around because maybe Cercie has something to teach us. She has taught me about living with expectancy and digging in your heels sometimes and being ready for the next party. Cercie showed up at the campground at the end of the season. It was starting to get cool and there was no one around. I went up and down the road looking for someone who might claim her and even put her on the local Facebook page of the rescue. But ours was the only home that she found. But all the time that this was going on, she had no concept that there were things happening on her behalf. She just kept hanging around, being her sweet self. She was a little skittish. She didn't want anybody to touch her. But she just had this eager expectancy that she didn't know when and she didn't know how, but something good was going to happen to her. I think that we can live with that same expectancy. Even though we may not be sure exactly where we should be, we can live with that expectancy that somebody big enough to look after us and good enough to do things on our behalf that are good will take care of us. And we don't know when and we don't know how, but something good will happen. She's also taught me about digging in your heels. Now she's pretty compliant. She's a very sweet dog. But if there's something she wants to sniff off when you're on a walk, she will splay out all four paws and she will not be moved. Same thing if there's something that you're trying to get her to do that she doesn't want to do. She digs in those heels. Sometimes we have to dig in our heels too, don't we? You know, deep down in your heart, you know what's good for you. You know what's in your best interest. And some things are just worth digging in your heels. You're worth digging in your heels at times. And finally, she has taught me about being ready for the next party. And no, I'm not saying that the next party means that you have to get up and leave your marriage or your job or wherever you live. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that Cercie, whatever happens to her, the next thing that happens she thinks is the best thing ever. Those little ears perk up and her little tail sticks up and little tongue sticks out, and she is always happy for an adventure. I think we can live that way too, wherever your place is now. If you'll practice celebrating, practice joy, then when the time comes for you to get up and move, you'll be ready to celebrate in your new place. If you're interested in what I've written 2 novels, A Higher Voice, and yes, there's a dog in this novel named Brandy who fits into the suspense a bit. And my second novel is A Deeper Cut. There is not a dog in this novel. There are some kittens, unfortunately, because that's the killer's signature. Until next time, I'm Sheri Haymore, North Carolina author. Goodbye.